Dwayne Ashford coming in with you. Part 4 on Wednesday morning, April 21st. Now, before we get started on part 4 this morning, we want to make sure that a brown Cadillac that was planted in a particular location that Terry Dwayne Ashford had parked on Emerson Street, 1500 block of Emerson Street, Northwest Washington, D.C. and 16th Street is not posed as him. This tag number for that particular brown Cadillac that was planted is AK3495. We just want to make sure that these particular activities are not transposed as the wrong person for sabotaging purposes. That particular vehicle, and the reason why we reported that particular vehicle is because it parked there and stayed there overnight for the next 3 or 4 days. As Terry Dwayne Ashford, right after Terry Dwayne Ashford began to park at this particular location, it actually blocked the parking location from Terry Dwayne Ashford parked in that position of the journalist-in-chief, and it may be imposing its activities as Terry Dwayne Ashford behind the scenes for the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police, we allege, re-imaging ploy. We're sniping that for you. AK is the tag number. AK3495. Washington, D.C. is the state that it's registered in. It's a brown, large brown Cadillac right on the corner of Emerson Street, Northwest Washington, D.C., 16th Street, Northwest Washington, D.C., fitting right along the pattern. For StreetNOW News, we're going to come right on back with you. Part 4 is where you are right now as we're bringing you the headlines across the world, across the nation. As Indacarseat DatGuY SNnews, bringing you headlines around the world today from news sources all over the nation. We're going to admit to you that we're going to leave the bad news to those particular individual agencies. We're going to try to strive on good things that's going to make you smile today, make you laugh today. We're not going to focus on the bad news situations. I'm sure that those particular agencies who's doing the hard news reporting on those topics are covering that story really well. We depend on you to go to the stories, to the direct sources if you want to know more about those stories. But we're going to admit to you today that we're going to stay on the side of the good news as close as possible. Things that make you smile, brings about joy. At least, definitely. I'm going to stay away from trying to hurt your heart. Trying to stay away from things that's going to cause you to feel a little dismay in the day. That is what we're going to do. For StreetNOW News, I'm Terry Dwayne Ashford. We'll be right on back with some headlines around the nation. Well, we're going to start with something that may not be so nice. About a 9-year-old girl who found a coin on the ground, and she was arrested. Yeah, she was arrested after finding a rare coin. A rare coin. This particular story was reported from a news agency called 12up. 12up.com. The girl was arrested due to finding a coin that is 7 centuries old. Yeah, the coin was 7 centuries old, and the girl was arrested for finding the coin. We don't intend for that to be a bad news story, a good news story. We just intend for it to be a story of enlightening and awakening news of how you can pick up something on the street. You think nothing of it. And well, you're arrested for it. A 9-year-old girl, I'm sure. One of the things here at SNnews, what we are sure of is we're dealing with mindful, mostly mindful, educated, humane law enforcers as well as judges. So we're sure that nothing's going to happen to this little girl other than they're going to do some research and investigate and realize she found the coin, and well, she might be rich afterwards. I don't know what's going to happen. That's what I'm thinking that might happen, but I do know that we should trust our system, and we should trust our judges, and we should trust our law enforcers, and then things are going to work out. Things are going to work out. I know that. It's a 9-year-old girl, and if she really found the coin on the ground, 7 centuries old, might make her rich. Well, I never know what happens. You're with SNnews now. We're going to come right on back with some more stories, headlines around the nation. Well, y'all, there is some news that come to us as a surprise here at SNnews. Terry-Dwayne-Ashford here, your SNnews chick. We remember reporting during the presidential election, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian was on the verge of breakup. We remember reporting that. We remember stories aired immediately afterwards, stating that Kim Kardashian and her then husband, Kanye West, was on a vacation and loving their lives and making things work, and there was no divorce on the table at all. Well, today we are bringing to you a story that they are divorced. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh about a divorce, but what goes around does come around. What goes around comes around. And it appears that they are divorced, and it also appears that Kim Kardashian has been communicating with Chrissy, I think her last name is Teigen, opening up about her and Kanye's divorce. She did make a virtual appearance on Tuesday, saying that, revealed that she's been in contact, and this is Chrissy speaking here, that she's been in contact with Kim, and who revealed to her that Kim is doing okay. And she also reiterates that Kim gave her all and everything, trying to make it work with Kanye. It's honestly a shame that it didn't work out, because I saw them being a forever relationship. Now, that is a statement that was brought to us by Chrissy Teigen, who says that Kim Kardashian gave her best in trying to save her relationship with Kanye West. This particular report is brought to you from, is reported by People magazine. We want to bring you some good news, but we also want to say too, that they are divorced. As said, they're seeking joint custody for the kids, and what goes around comes around. I remember how Kim Kardashian met Kanye West. I remember that. We all remember that. I think Serena Williams also remembers it. And what goes around comes around. What goes around comes around. For StreetNOW News, we'll come right on back if we have time here with more news headline around the world. I'm Terry-Dwayne Ashford. Gravity Base is closing out the SNnews this morning as we close out on our last headline around the world from GMA magazine. They're giving you an interesting story about the 9 Oscar celebrity couples that you probably forgot about. And it gave you some listing here. It's funny, you wonder what happened to these people here. What happened here? And we're looking at facing the cover of this story. Sarah Jessica Parker and Robert Downey Jr. in 1989. They were a couple, yeah. What happened to them? We're looking at Juliette Lewis and Brad Pitt in 1992. Remember them? What happened to them? We're looking at Michael Jackson and Madonna in 1991. This is an article that was written by GMA magazine, the online presence for the GMA. And when there's nothing like that, leads the story with, there's nothing like a red carpet romance, especially when it's the Oscars. What happened to these people, by the way? For StreetNOW News, SNnews, News Radio. Remember, News Radio is the news segment of DatGuY Radio under DatGuY TV, WilmaWAINE and Company's Tatmedia organization, under the leadership of Terry-Dwayne Ashford, your StreetNOW News journalist-in-chief broadcaster, who's also your technical business writer. For StreetNOW News, I'm him in the car seat, that guy, Terry-Dwayne Ashford.